So, hello everyone. This is Rosana Penilla Barucha once again. And today we are welcoming you to our second episode of the stories of the absolutely fabulous women of today. The sharing story creates emotional connection so that we can get a deeper understanding of other people's experiences despite of our differences. So our purpose is to bring encouragement, hope, friendship, and inspiration. Through this connection and information, we hope that we can build stronger communities and make a better place for everyone. So today we're going to meet our absolutely fabulous guest, eye to eye, mind to mind, and heart to heart. So let's all welcome Jenny Panda. Jenny Panda is an artist, author, as well as a teacher. So welcome, Jenny, to our show.
Hi.
I'm
I'm
glad
in
that
my
you are here. This is our very first time talking to each other. And so we were talking about yesterday something about the Himalayas and the other countries that you've been to and your family life and all that. So look at my background. Does it look like a little bit like Himalayas?
It looks like the Himalayas.
So Jenny, we would like to get to know you more. Could you please tell us a bit of your family and about yourself?
Can I just move something in the picture? Would
Sure.
that bother you? I don't know whether that's very decorative.
That's okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this show is no script, and as well as we don't edit. What you see from here is what happened behind the
Okay.
scene. Okay, Jen, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
So I'm Jenny Panda, and I've lived in Milton now for about, I don't know, 40 years, 40 plus years. And I have two sons and a husband, and we live up near an apple farm. We live in the country, which is lovely. And I've taught in Milton for about 30 years and Oakville for a little while. And before that, I was trained in England, trained to teach in England. So when I came over here, the education system here was quite different from the way it was in England, because at that time they were doing open plan teaching in England, and it was very free. I came here and they were still using the little, whether it was red or blue book. And somebody told me they never did any crafts in the 50s and 60s in England, which I don't believe, in Canada. I don't really believe. But my main subject when I was learning to be a teacher was art. And so I brought that into everything I taught, art and creativity and inspiration and fun. Because actually I hated school. When I was a kid, I really, really didn't like it.
That's interesting.
And my
Okay.
mother always said, "Oh, you're going to be a teacher," because I would line up my toys and do concerts and teach them, right? But she was right. And
And
in
you
fact,
became a teacher.
I did become a teacher.
That's really amazing. You see, sometimes what we say, that we don't want becomes us, right? And sometimes
Yeah,
what we really say about us becomes us. And
that's
so
right.
those are the things that's really very interesting, about life. So,
Mhm.
Jenny, I know that you are retired now, but can you share with us? So, how does your day look like? What do you do in the morning, and what else do you do to spend your time being a retired teacher?
So I get up and I have a cup of tea, and sometimes my husband brings it upstairs. Sometimes I take him a cup of tea, and sometimes we just have it in the kitchen. But tea is the beginning of the day. We
Wow.
always have that.
Mhm.
And then I do my iPad and
Okay.
check in with all my friends. I play Scrabble for a little bit, and then I have breakfast and I feed the birds in the backyard and the
Mhm.
squirrels and anything, rabbits, whatever's out there. We have a lot of wildlife at the back of our house. And we
Mhm.
have a possum too that comes sometimes.
Oh,
And
wow. I know
and
that you are into art. So what
yeah,
what sort of arts do you do?
so I like to do acrylics, and I wish we were in the basement because I've got so many pictures I could have shown you in the
Oh, wow.
basement.
Well, you can share that with me and I'll post them.
Oh, sure, I could do
Yeah,
that
because we'd like to
sometime.
see
Yeah,
your work, right? So
yeah,
I know that these days, especially during this pandemic, a lot of people have started a new hobby,
that's
right?
right.
One of which is painting or letter writing, or if not, doing TikTok, and myself doing this. So we all have different ways or outlets, how
Mhm,
to entertain ourselves. It
mhm.
is for our good health, well-being. And so a lot of people have turned their eyes into social media quite a lot, right?
Mhm.
But there are also some people who've done baking. I tried that too, gardening, and a lot more, right? And that's the way to spend this time, being at home, and becoming creative and positive, staying positive. If
Yeah.
I would like to hear from you about your favorite quote, what would that be? And could you give us why is that your favorite quote?
My favorite, what was it? What was the question? My favorite
Well, yeah, your favorite quote,
quote. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and why?
I have so many depending on the day, but my favorite quote is, "This too shall pass,"
Wow.
because we just lived through something. And, I mean, also, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, which is a very,
That is awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
this too shall pass is
is
so meaningful these days.
yes, yes, it is. And,
Yeah.
when I was teaching, I always wanted to, I love children's stories. And so when I retired, I decided to write children's books. So I did that was what I did for about 10 years, 10, 15 years. I wrote children's books and illustrated them. And
Mhm.
now people say, "Are you going to write another one?" And I'm not sure. And I also had a poetry group, so we wrote poetry and we presented it to one another in a cafe on Main Street for about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that was great. So we made a few poetry books too.
Oh,
So that was sort of what we did at the beginning. And then I've joined the art group in Milton, which is wonderful. And
amazing. Mhm.
so I've been in that since the beginning of that, the Fine Arts Society, and they're lovely people. But there's so many young people coming up, and they make me feel quite exhausted. And so, but I do what I can. I join art shows and whatever. But I love doing portraits of people. I love.
Oh, wow.
Mm,
Wonderful.
yes.
Wonderful.
Mhm,
If I may share with you, a few years ago, I did an event that it was an intergenerational activity between seniors and grade 12 students. And the students um, made a portrait of the seniors in one of the retirement residences here in Mississauga.
lovely. Yes.
Yes, yes. And
Yes.
I called it Joan by Hands.
Oh,
It's
lovely.
really fantastic. And
Yes.
so and I have a question here for you. We know that these days, especially these days, right? We gather together and we kind of like to, share some stories with our families. So you have grandchildren? Do you have
Mhm,
grandchildren?
mhm.
Yes. So if you have your grandchildren, what is the best childhood memory or story that you have that you would want to share, from generation to generation?
I guess I used to love being with my dad. We'd go for walks, and I remember he was a minister. He was in the army, and then when he left the army, he left India, went back to England, and he became a minister, Methodist minister. And he'd been brought up Anglican. So we used to sometimes go and visit his sisters in Suffolk, which was a long way away from where we lived in industrial North England. But he loved Suffolk. He missed it so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going once, it was church time, and we were going to go to church. And so he said, let's go for a walk before we go to church. So we walked and we walked and we walked. And I know he was walking away from church. And we walked a long way, and I loved it. And we got back, and it was too late for church. And so I think he did it on purpose, and that was a wonderful, memorable time. But he used to take me for so many walks, and it was just beautiful being with him. So I miss him.
Yeah, you know, the other fabulous guest I had, the for the very first time, she told me something also about walking. I guess at those days, you know, we spend more time walking together and, you know, telling stories, you know, learning from each other. That's fantastic, you know. And I just feel that, you know, so many things happened before that you know, we don't do these days anymore. You know, there's a lot of those simple things, the very simple things, right? So if there is one thing, something that is invisible, what is that you would want people to see?
I believe in God, but I believe I was brought up, of course, in the church because my dad was a minister when I was growing up. And then I studied religion when I went to college, all religions. And I've made friends. My husband's mother was Hindu. His family, part of them are Hindu. I've known Buddhists, I've known Muslims, I've known people from all different religions. And even though I go to church, and I really, at this time, because it's just before Easter, I feel for Jesus so much, I still believe that all religions have a lot of truth. And we all worship different facets, which is perhaps shocking to some people, different facets of God in different ways. But I believe that we can't just rely on ourselves in this life. We have to have something other than ourselves to believe it. And I think that that's important. And everybody's religion is important as long as it works for them.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I am also about, not about my power, but there's something up there. God is greater than anyone. And you know, especially again during this situation that we're in, you know, I guess we should be looking forward. There is hope. You know, this is not permanent, right? It's not permanent. We will go through this together, and not only together, but we will all be out of this, you know, one day, right? So it's just a process. Well, thank you for answering that. But what was one of the best days of your life?
The day I came to Canada. Now, you probably would say the same thing.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it is so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
You know, right now I can say that I live my life longer here in Canada than anywhere else I live, because I was also in Dubai for 15 years before coming to Canada. And I left the Philippines when I was in my 20s. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, yes, about Canada is a positive one for me.
Thank God for Canada.
So when you were younger and at this time now, okay, so let's talk about a little bit on fashion, because people ask, you know, how were you before and now, and what do you feel? So let's take a look. What would you prefer? Would you prefer jeans and t-shirt or a suit?
Jeans. Jeans.
All right.
This is denim. Please note.
Okay, that's awesome. So would you prefer dress or pants?
Pants.
Okay. What about formal or casual?
Sorry, formal or fashion?
Casual.
Oh, casual, formal or casual? Casual,
Casual. Would you like to wear sneakers or dress shoes?
sneakers, sneakers,
Which one?
sneakers.
Okay. Wow, you're so cool. That means you're having an active life doing that. So okay. I just asked this. I know you might change your preference here. Sandals or high heels. So let's talk about younger days and now.
Even then, I mean, in the 70s, 60s, 70s, we wore Dr. Scholl's
Yeah.
sandals, you know.
Wow, there's
I mean,
beautiful sandals before.
yeah. But I did have some winkle pickers, which
Yeah,
probably were like me.
and when it comes to shoes, right? So they say that the reason why I asked about this is they say that you know what, give a girl the shoes, and and she will be the person she is, right? You know what kind of shoes you wear, you become one like that too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, let me ask you. I have one question here, and what are you grateful for during this time?
I think it's very peaceful. I've learned how to meditate properly and I can sleep very easily. I go for walks in the country. I'm so grateful that we live where we live because it's so beautiful here and peaceful.
Mhm.
And I love Scrabble. I'm grateful for Scrabble.
Good.
All the
It's a
time.
good game. I think I should play with you Scrabble one
Yes,
time.
yes, I'll invite you.
Yes, because I love Scrabble. I love
Yeah,
Scrabble.
yeah.
And in fact, you know how I learned some words to increase my vocabulary. I did play crossword puzzle on the ones newspaper. When I was in Dubai, I used to do a lot of that, and of course play Scrabble with friends. I really love that because
Yeah.
it's good for the brain.
It is, it is.
It's good for the brain. So if I have to now tell you that we only have about a minute and a half, and what would be your parting words for our viewers today?
This too shall pass, and God bless. God bless you all.
Short and sweet, but has a lot of meaning into it. And of course, it is good to be hopeful,
Mhm.
right? It's
It
it's
is. It
it's
is.
good to stay positive,
Mhm.
and as I said, always be kind. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to let you know that we have come to the end of the show. We always would like to keep it short and sweet and just talk about something positive, something that we've experienced in the past and learn from it. But most of all, I would like to invite you, any one of you, if you would like to share your story, please comment in the comment box below, or you can just send me a message if you would like to do that too. And also, if you would like us to continue doing this storytelling, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. So this is going to be posted on YouTube and as well as on our Facebook page. So, Jenny, I would like to thank you for all that you have shared with us today. And of course, I would like to wish you a very good day and a very good week. So,
Bye.
so long. Thank you for
Bye.
participating.
God bless. Thank you.
God bless. Bye bye.